it's the equivalent of giving a child a loaded gun and saying, have at it, kid. And that's what Quentin Jackson did with his son Raja. So this also bears responsibility on him, because again, in computer language, if you've ever talked to a computer programmer, they'll say something like, well, why doesn't this work? And they'll say, well, what was the code that you put in? And they'll say garbage in, garbage out. When you put garbage in, which is what Quentin Rampage Jackson put into his son, absolute garbage, then all you're going to output is garbage.
That's it. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pulled me off of him will leave. I'm telling you, I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. Watch.
That's indefensible. You can see him literally planning it off the back
of them
gross. Giving him like the instructions for a work where he'd come in and he'd
sitting here telling people that he's going to break the wrestling code, I should say, which we're going to get into that, of why he should never been anywhere near this event. This should have never had. This was completely preventable. We're going to get into that, of how this is preventable, and why he shouldn't have been sitting here. Whose fault this actually is? It's absolutely Rampage. It's absolutely Rampage's kid's fault. Raja's fault. 100%. I'm not victim blaming, but there is a level of fault here that's going to trickle down, and we're going to talk about it. Yeah. See, this might be what gets him in prison for a very long time, is that he actually did stream to Kick. This would probably be the one time where somebody is going to actually face repercussions for streaming violent content on Kick.com, because how this has happened before. This has happened before in pro wrestling, and there's a term for it. It's called going into business for yourself. And what it means is you're going off script, and now you want to just beat somebody up and do violence to them. And when that happens, there's usually no legal repercussion for it, because how are the police going to prove that this isn't a pro wrestling angle, right? They're not gonna be able to prove that at all. So you can also be like, oh, it was just part of the show, and then something happened. But he's saying right here, I am going into business for myself, live on Kick.